welcome to my channel. This is Esther with BulletBarbies, and today we're diving in on the complex intersection of mental health, firearms, red flag law, which is also known as the risk protection order. And I understand this is a more controversial and sensitive topic, debate of our time, but we're not going to shy away from it. I'm going to put you guys up on game. I believe that it's important to have this open and honest conversation between public safety and having the individual rights and helping those that are struggling with mental health issues in our communities. So if you're ready to explore this topic with me, hit that subscribe button below, like, comment, and let's dive in. Before we can explore the risk protection orders, the mental health issue aspect of it, this is really important, and I can't express this enough, but I'm going to talk about the being mindful of your words and actions and how this can incriminate you as well. So when it comes to, let's say, even talking in jest, meaning like in a jokely manner, going back and forth with someone, even threatening someone, it could be a cause for concern and an issuance of a risk protection order just by doing that. So again, be careful what you're texting people, be careful what you're saying to people, because they can easily call the police on you and say that you're a danger to either yourself or to others. And that's enough to serve you with a risk protection order, meaning your firearms taken away, and your firearms can be taken away for up to a year. And it could be extended if they deem you unfit though. So if you are in need and you know that you're dealing with bipolar, depression, anxiety, things of that nature where you feel like, I don't think I should be having a firearm right now, then seek the proper treatment and support. But even if you know that you can be saying something out of whack to somebody, I just wouldn't take it there. You know, like, you don't even have to fire your firearm anymore for you to just get in trouble. You could really be on a psychiatric hold and have this whole process with the court, have a whole hearing for it, just because you threatened somebody. And that's just enough, because you just gave them reasonable cause. So me talking about this right now, this is to avoid a situation. We're not talking about if it's life or death. So take this as something where you're trying to avoid you getting your firearms taken away. Now, the red flag law, which is again known as the risk protection order, law enforcement, a family member, a spouse, or other individuals that has a cause of concern for their safety because you seem like you're deemed unfit and at risk to harm yourself or others, your firearms can be taken away and you can get issued the risk protection order. The red flag law was implemented because it was for those who deemed to be a risk again and seem to have any mental health issues or exhibiting it. So this is to prevent suicide, you possibly doing something to harm others. So this they take very seriously. You do not want to have to go through the whole court and the hearing and having to plead your case and present why you are deemed fit and having to go through a bunch of like therapists and all that stuff like after the fact. Take care of what you need to take care of before. Be careful what you say to others. This goes back to being mindful of what you say and what you do, your actions, what you're texting. It's just not worth it. Especially if this is your line of work, it's just not worth it. I understand this can be pretty controversial because it infringes on the Second Amendment and other people can use that to have malicious intent, to have your firearms taken away. So don't give people that kind of access. Don't. People want to argue with you. They want to do something to you. Hello? You know? If you can do that. If it's not life or death, okay? And now when it comes to even having your firearm, which I'm going to get into, assess the situation. Assess the situation, excuse me. For real. Like, you're supposed to be having that kind of like situation awareness. You're supposed to have that kind of training, that kind of knowledge where you know, like, all right, I'm in a serious situation where I might have to use this. And which is why, like, I don't know why people take too long to even have the firearm insurance or they think twice about it. I mean, do you understand the financial and emotional burden of this and having to seek legal counsel and having to come up with money out the blue for possibly facing a criminal charge or a risk protection order? Mm. Guys, it is not a criminal proceeding. It is not a criminal charge. Okay, again, this is a temporary risk protection order. Now, it can be taken a bit further if the person who had probably called the cops on you to get your firearms taken away because they have to go through this whole sworn testament and all that stuff, and then it's taken to the judge, and then they serve you with all that stuff. You're not hit with a criminal charge yet, especially if they didn't press charges against you, right? Let's say you just went through a psychiatric unit. Now, can you imagine if you were to get charged? So, we just discussed RPOs, risk protection orders. We talked about being mindful of your words and actions. I will also be dropping some resources for those who need the mental health treatment and support, free resources, things like that, especially in the state of Florida. Right now, we're going to be exploring mental health effects of actually firing your firearm and what that can actually do to a person. Firing your firearm can cause significant mental health effects. It can cause anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder, things like that, and can lead to something serious like suicidal ideation and the actual action of it. So again, this all ties in with the red flag law. It ties in with all of this. It can be pretty traumatic. I understand some people, like, they talk about it, they can threaten someone, and it just seems like you're gonna just be okay. There's people who actually develop like PTSD from actually finding a firearm and wind up having nightmares. They can't stop thinking about it. It becomes a whole thing where they actually really do need the actual treatment and support to get that fixed. Some people, it just never get fixed. Like, they don't even want to have a firearm at all anymore. Like, it's really that serious. Like, I'm not trying to scare you guys off, but I actually hear this for real, especially those who are in that line of work or military, things of that nature. The whole court process is a whole nother thing. You could be facing criminal charges, which is the financial and emotional burden of it, and having to state your case, and you just don't want it to get that far. You know what I mean? Which is why, again, like, putting yourself in certain situations, like staying away from certain things. All right, I understand we have the stand your ground law where you're able to defend yourself, right, and use your firearm, but you still gonna go through some legal consequences, and you're still gonna have to seek legal counsel. I understand, that you know how to protect yourself and all that great stuff, but knowledge is really power. Some of y'all don't even know that risk protection orders and red flag law and stuff like that even existed. When it comes to owning your firearm, understanding fully what you're getting yourself into is so important. I really hope this helped. Again, I'll be dropping down some resources I have for those who need help. Get the help. It helps to talk to somebody. It does. No one's too G for that. All right. There's also this page that followed me on Instagram on my BulletBarbie page called I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to put it right here for you guys. I'll put it right here for you guys. What their page is. I just want you guys to understand fully, and we're gonna keep learning as we go. We're going to keep educating you guys about like what it is that goes on. Like personally experienced something like this right now. Having to legally represent yourself and hire a whole attorney. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting on my page, on my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate you. We have a TikTok at the BulletBarbie, my Instagram, BulletBarbies, and my YouTube channel, also BulletBarbies. Thank you guys so much.